Work-life balance. It's a concept of living that the work ethic my father instilled in me, aka the anxious, ulcer-ridden fear of dying a pauper, sans penguins, won't allow me to enjoy. They say all work and no play makes James a dull boy. I say nah. All work sharpens my skills of producing niche media for introverted simps like me. However, thanks to the 5-man, this is something I've been working on and making great strides in, because if corporate America had it their way, life wouldn't be part of the work equation, which is never a good thing when something shares ideology with the voice in my head that tells me to suck off a gun till it shoots hot lead down my throat. But what happens when an alien poisons my food supply with psychedelic mushrooms, crippling my desire to work? Well, to be honest, thank them, because not only will I finally be content with my existence, I might start making tunes the masses might enjoy. Legalize Mother Nature is what I'm saying. Cocaine and mommy milkers included, because I'm high as hell.
And I'm milking mommies.
And this is Mostly Speaking Sentai. Oh, yes, guys, like me named James didn't say I'm James. Oh, if this is your first episode, you'd be like, wait, his name's high as hell? What were his parents smoking to make them high as hell, which probably went into his bloodstream? Oh, yeah, I was a high baby, smoking weed, smoking blunts, baby. Coming out blue, not because of the lack of oxygen, but because of the lack of THC in me. I turn blue. If I were green, I would die, unless it's them dank nugs in my mouth. Eat marijuana is what I'm saying. Is this a good intro? I don't know. You tell me. Nicole's shaking her head. No. Because what I was going to say is, all my friends fucking left me yesterday, didn't even show up for the goddamn thing, was supposed to have a Blades giving friggin' miracle, and sans anyone. So guys,
sans miracle.
Yes, I mean, like in the concept of Blades giving, that would technically be a Blades giving miracle. That
if people showed up.
If people didn't show up, because it's supposed to be a lonely holiday. Listen to the fucking show, Nicole.
No.
I'm gonna friggin' stab you with love.
Okay.
And speaking of people being stabbed with so much love, oh my God, I wish I could just get a hot steel blade of love and just into my co-host. You know her as Darling Homebody, but
Hi.
I know her as my love, Nicole the Bricks Jakis.
Hello.
Okay, instead of we've got in common law that's got me in awe, bride to never be, what about the woman who makes me stabby, Nicole Jakis, but stabbed with love?
No.
People will, I won't need to say but stabbed with love, because eventually people will be like, oh yeah, James of course means stabbed with a hot blade of love.
No.
What would that be like? It's just like energy going out Kamehameha style, but it's a blade and it doesn't hurt people.
Yeah.
It makes them feel
It's
wanted.
definitely not your penis.
No, it's not my penis. No, it's like a hug, but stabbed.
Yeah.
It's my love is so chaotic that it is a stabbing just over and over again. GGI Island style. 99 stab wounds. That's one of his songs.
Yeah.
Welcome to your death.
Everyone knows that.
Yes, everyone
common
knows.
knowledge.
It's one of his most famous songs. It was him and not the Murder Junkies, him and Anti-Scene.
Yeah.
Our guest today might know about Gigi Allen because he's listened to this show. I was going to say because he's from the East Coast, New England-ish area.
Okay.
People might know him.
Okay.
But do you have anything to talk about before we get into our guest?
I mean, I have 2 things from my week.
Oh, what's that? But should we introduce him first?
I don't fucking know.
Do you think he would have anything to add to it?
I have no idea.
Well, let's get going with introducing him. You know him as Proto_Sonic over on twitch.tv/Proto_Sonic. I think that's his handle. And you know him from that other Toku podcast. It's Proto-Sonic.
Hi, everybody. How are we doing today?
We're doing splendid. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, we're getting closer to the end of the year. I mean, Wow, 2021. We're almost done.
Yeah. 2021 done in the sun. Because it's winter now.
Yeah.
No more sun. Unless you're on the southern hemisphere, then you're like, it's sun time, baby.
Exactly.
Because seasons flip. Don't be like Rudy, who didn't know that, or Corey, who didn't know that. I forget which one didn't know that on the show last year.
Oh, I thought you were saying they both didn't.
Oh, no. One of them didn't know that. And I was like, no one tell them. Why do you think this is that? And they were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Proto, do you think you'll have things to say about Nicole's week?
I might.
Okay,
I
all right.
definitely, like, if it's about, if it's Sonic related stuff or anything else, and like if it's something general, might be able to make a comment or two.
Okay.
I have no problem with that.
Nicole notoriously every week has Sonic stuff to talk about, so I think we're in the clear. Nicole, what you got?
Okay, first off,
Yeah.
just want to plug Maestro Ranger's new
Yes.
album.
From It Takes Two
volume,
to Toku.
Volume 2. Yeah, go to ittakes2totoku.com to listen to both.
I don't think they have a website, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they
That's
do.
what I was looking up, bitch.
All right, baby.
And it takes the number 2 to toku.com.
Yep.
Because I went to their Instagram and then I went to their bio and I clicked on the link in the bio and then it said website and I was like, what? They don't have a website. And I
But
clicked
they
on
do.
it and they do have a website. So fucking mind blown.
It takes Shaggy to dope, Shaggy to Toku.
Also, it's probably on YouTube. I know the first volume was, so yeah.
They have some way to get out of that copyright infringement. They're making bank, guys. They're not. They absolutely
I
aren't.
don't think so. Number 2 that happened. At my work, there was a proposal,
Yes.
which I don't know. I had weird feelings about it because, first of all,
You hate marriage.
weddings is stupid. Second of all, I was at work. So I was like, I have to do work things and now you're in the way.
Also, the time they proposed. Stupid.
They waited until 15 minutes before close, but also like no one told me that's when they were going to do it. Also, like 15 minutes before they proposed, some dick came in. They like had an eBay order that they placed like 5 minutes ago and they were like, "Hey, I'm here to pick this up." And I'm like, "You fucking serious?"
I didn't know it was 5 minutes before. You absolutely should have told that person, no, it's not ready.
Yeah, I should have. I don't know why I was just like, sure, whatever.
You should have been like a nun and slapped them on the wrist and said like, I'll get it now, but I need to smack your wrist real quick. Or your hands. I don't know what nuns do. I've only
So I
seen
was
the movie.
like pissed about that. And
They scare me.
then they're proposing and like I know I'm like supposed to feel like happy and like
you did.
romantic or whatever for them.
Just the bean
but
was
in the
flowing
back
into
of
you.
my mind, I couldn't help but just be like, someone took a shit on our stairs 2 days ago. Like, this is not romantic.
I think that's pretty romantic. Like if it was someone like tenderly jacking off while they shit, like that's romantic.
Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
Telling Damon about it was very funny because he was like, no, this was a hate shit. He was like, the bathroom is right downstairs.
But they don't know that.
Also, the exit is right there.
So?
Like, they could have just went outside.
Yeah, but then it would have been like a public, you could have been put on a sex offender list if you shit outside.
In the backyard?
Yeah, because that's like inside's private property. That's like a dispute you have
But the
with the
outside
owner.
isn't private property.
Well, I
if
mean,
it's
but
the backyard.
It's publicly viewed.
Okay.
A store is technically not public property or like a public space. It is private owned. So if you go like, hey, I'm going to shit right out in the open in
also,
this enclosed area.
I made this dark joke. Please cut it if it's in poor taste.
Okay.
Damon said this is our 9/11. And I said, that means it was either Stuart or Mars who took a shit because it's an inside job.
Yeah, that's good. That's fine.
And he laughed very hard.
I'd say Craig. He's a little chud. He runs up, poopies.
Yeah.
He says, I don't want this smell where I'm at.
Yeah.
I go upstairs, I
The
do my
top
business.
stair.
Yeah, it's going all the way to the top.
Yeah.
Proto, thoughts, comments?
I mean, the proposal, I can see why there would be awkwardness with it. I definitely can. But I'm still stuck on the guy that was like, oh, I'm just going to place an order 5 minutes later. Hey, is it done? It's like, no, like I would have said no at that point, but that's just.
I know. I should have. Because it was like 30 minutes before we were supposed to close. Like I was counting the till. And he was like, hey, I'm here to pick this up. And I was like, all right, just fucking wait and I'll get it.
But isn't there like a
guess.
thing like when you're getting ready to close, it's like, okay, like everybody needs to leave and, you know, like we got to clean up and stuff like that.
I should have just said no, fuck you. But I also like, I didn't want to have to deal with them being like, well, why not? Why can't I pick it up? You know what I mean?
There are rules in this world. That's why, sir.
There are rules. It's like you waited too long. Now you got to wait till tomorrow.
I'm like,
so come
on
back
every
tomorrow.
single eBay listing, it says, I will message you when it is ready to be picked up.
And he would have said something
Did
like...
I message you, bitch?
He would have said something like, rules were meant to be broken. And then you could say, well, I guess your jaw's a fucking rule. Because it's supposed to be broken.
Got their ass.
There you go.
That was my impression of the person shitting.
Well, and then I was like, okay, can I see your ID to make sure you're the right person? And they're like, oh, I don't have it.
Oh, then I would have said no.
Oh, that would have been like, no.
Then I was like,
I would have been like, you can leave.
Also, fuck you, because like that's in the message that I send you when it's ready to be picked up.
I didn't
That's
read
why
the
I
message.
make you wait, you fuck face.
That happened all the time at that place that I don't enjoy that I worked at.
Yeah.
That ticketing place. All the time people would be like, I didn't read the instructions. Or they'd be like, when will Yeah, and then they're like, when will the instructions been sent? Well, the instructions on when the instructions will be sent were sent to you. Well, yeah, I read that, but I was just wondering if you had details. Nope, you'll find out when we find out.
Yeah. I mean,
Put the instructions in their face, just like slap it in their face, but like, read. Read.
Yeah. Yeah, people just don't.
And make it stick to their face with a little bit of that floor shit.
And I'm like, I know you can read because you're in a bookstore.
They have pictures. You can
I
follow along
guess.
with the pictures.
Sure.
Yes and no, depending on what comic it is.
They had to place the order, so...
They still have to read. You gotta know how to read read the stuff on the computer.
Unless it's Siri and they're just saying like, Siri, find me Clerks, the comic book. That notoriously has a bunch of writing. That's why I said that is this person who doesn't know how to read.
Yeah.
I just love the artwork in that. I don't know what a Snoogie Booches is.
Uh-huh.
Snoogie Booches is what like a mom like
literally
gives
no
kisses.
one asked.
I don't. Wow. Okay. No one asked about your floor shit.
Yeah,
it was probably you.
did.
You've been so angry
I wasn't
lately.
even at work that day.
I wasn't even supposed to be here today, but you still shit on the floor. That was probably a day when you were like, oh, I need to go to the store real quick, James. And then you just Ubered over to the store, plopped your cheeks down and said, yeah.
I went in through
Tenderly jacking off still.
the alleyway. I climbed over the fence. Somehow opened the back door that is locked.
Mm-hmm.
Took
you
a
have
shit
keys.
and left.
You have keys.
I don't know if that key works for that.
Too bad. We know it does now. Because that's where you pooped.
Yep, it was me the whole time. I shit in the copier.
Yeah.
Jake and Amir reference. There you go.
No one asked. See, how does it feel?
It feels good because I love to be hated.
All right, guys, let Nicole know at Darling Homebody what you don't like about her.
Yeah.
It's a surprise that no one...
No, I'm not saying I don't like to be disliked. I said hate it.
Okay, what you hate about her. It's surprising that we don't have more hate for this show. It seems like it should. Like in
I
this.
think that it's because people are more confused than angry. Their anger just is because they're confused.
Yeah, we do have one star rating, but no review attached to it.
I hate that.
Yeah, I know. It's like, you fucking coward, tell us. Let us know who you are.
Well, it's like, how are we supposed to improve if you don't tell us what's
for real? It's probably just
bad.
someone saying, oh, they're not talking about the show I like, or, oh, they like Ninja Steel. I gotta strangle them with my rating. Mm-hmm. I'll jack off.
But that definitely sounds like a problem right there.
Yeah.
Why do you like Ninja Steel so much?
It's great.
Because it's fucking awesome.
And please, we had Caleb Bendit on the show, so walk along with caution. Walk your words with caution is what I'm saying.
Them.
Walk
That's
the line.
That's a very valid point. Very, very valid point.
Because Ninja Steel is just so fun and unabashedly just everything.
It's just a bunch of nice boys.
Yeah, it's just soft-spoken sweeties fighting evil.
Yeah.
And I'm into it.
Let's go, bitch.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you can defend it, that's A-okay with me.
All right. That's AOC with me, the politician.
I got it.
All right.
I got the reference.
AOC can get it, am I right?
Get it going on.
Yeah. Politically. Proto, who'd you vote for?
Wow.
No.
We jump straight into politics. Well, speaking of, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Well,
definitely not the time. This is not a political podcast because we don't want people from like the OAN network saying, "Oh, they voted for this person." For shame on you.
It was. Hold on. I'm forming a joke in my brain.
Okay, do it.
It was a write-in for Snagglepuss.
Okay.
I don't know.
You could come up with, I don't know, a Sonic character.
Sure.
You know, that
Rouge.
bat. Yeah, I was going to say that bat with the heavy melon breasts.
Yeah.
Or you could have just put Eggman for president. There you go.
Oh.
Eggman.
Eggman.
No, we already had Eggman.
I mean, Eggman's smart and does like contribute to the scientific field.
Sorry,
and
I was
believes
thinking
in...
of like the Sonic for Hire version.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
I was thinking of the Snap Cube dub of Sonic Adventure 2, which was hilarious.
I don't know what that means.
It's funny. YouTube channel, Snap Cube. Maybe that's an easy promotion, but I'm not affiliated with them. But it's hilarious. That Sonic Adventure 2 battle dub is hilarious because Eggman has a wife, and apparently everybody's been with her, and it's like, whoa, buddy, what is going on?
Hell yeah. Share the love of Eggman wife.
Has got it going.
Have you ever seen Sonic for Hire?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of it.
Man, you got to watch all of it. My goal next year is to get Mike Parker on this podcast, who created that, College University, and a bunch of other stuff. Mm-hmm. That's so everyone, just so you know, this upcoming year, I am planning as many guests as I can get. I have a list of people who influenced me and I idolized as a teenager and in early 20s.
You're playing with fire with that, man.
I don't think I am. Because a lot of these people, because one will be on the show next week. We already got one. One of my favorite rappers. He's a legend in a specific genre of music.
Yeah.
And he's excited to be on the show.
Legendary Pictures.
Am
presents.
I Godzilla versus King Kong? Am I like tangentially like I have mutual friends with this person? Yes. But I think the other people I can get, minus like I do have Ludacris on there. I think we can somehow get Ludacris on our fucking show. It's going to happen. And people will be like, no, James, you can't do it. I'm going to get it out of spite for you fuckers. Mm-hmm. That, and I think like Connor Oberst is
that would be weird.
No, because I'd be crying the entire time.
No, just Connor Oberst in Tokusatsu. I don't think.
Yes, it would. He's like a weirdo.
Yeah.
He's like old enough to be our older brother. He's 40. He's just 10 years older than me.
Uh-huh. Yeah, older brother.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Okay, people.
Father.
No, yeah, father. Yeah, if he had sex when he was 10 years old and had me.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God. That's a crime,
God.
Nicole. Not a hell yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of red flags with that one.
I had friends whose brother, my mom's brother, is 10 years younger than her.
Yeah.
There is, late in life, or when it should, like if you were, hey, I had a teenage pregnancy, and then, 10 years later, you're like, I'm ready for another one.
Sure.
And another one. Who's your dream get for that Toku podcast, Proto?
I would definitely say at one point I want to be able to get a Power Ranger on there. You know, like whether it's Walter Jones, Johnny Young Bosch.
Hell yeah.
I'm not gonna say Jason David Frank. That'll be way too easy. And honestly, don't get me wrong, love Tommy and everything. However, I feel like he's starting to become more and more overrated. But I would like what's his name? Rhett Fisher. Yeah, Titanium Ranger. That's like my favorite Power Ranger, no matter what. Of course, because he's he's an original Ranger. Clearly has a lot of references to Sentai as well as to just being like a unique Ranger for Lightspeed Rescue. Because Go-Go 5 never had a 6 Ranger. And I would say probably one of the easier ones, like maybe like one of the Sudarsu brothers. That would be really nice. Because I know like they're now doing the web comic series for Bad in the Family or something like that.
Hell yeah.
So I'm excited. Like Yoshi is, if I remember correctly, Yoshi's going to be Nightwing. I think Peter is going to be Jason or Tim is one of the two. Definitely not Damien.
You're saying things that I believe Nicole and I don't know what you're talking about.
Mario is Batman.
Oh my God! Come on, people! You gotta know your Sudarsu brothers, and you gotta know your Bat family stuff.
You thought I was gonna say Catwoman.
Batman doesn't have bat powers, though. That's sad. He's not a metamorph.
You're talking about Ninja Baseball Batman, right?
Sure.
Hell yeah, that's an arcade game.
Yeah, no, I know about that.
Okay, good. Whoo.
Look, I remember playing that when I was younger, and like clearly in high school, you put emulators on the Mac, on the Mac, iMacs and stuff, and it's like, oh, they still work, and it's like it was very hard to actually put emulators onto a Mac because the code is so unique.
Yeah,
but it was still fun. That and playing Halo, and yes, we found a way to put Halo Combat Evolved on there.
Hell yeah, that's always a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
When you're like, wow, I don't know if this will ever work, and then it does. And then you're triumphant.
I would love to play Barbie Mystery.
Horseback riding?
No.
Why not? Barbie horseback riding was...
boring.
No, it wasn't. That was a great game. I'm not joking. My sister had it. We loved playing it.
Yeah. What about Barbie Jungle
Fury
style?
Ew.
Oh, I think I know that one. It was
Wild
like
style.
like there was like a PlayStation 1 demo as well. Oh my goodness. I used to play that a lot. I'm like, I want to, you know what? If you can get one of those people on there, I will speedrun that for you. I will find a copy of it. I will speedrun it.
Speedrun the demo?
Oh no!
Oh,
actually, find a copy.
All right, I will.
Once again, you can find it on eBay. I mean, I got a couple local game stores I can go to, and I bet you they're gonna have it.
What's the name of this song? I mean, this game?
Which one?
Barbie Jungle Fury?
I can't remember which one it is. I would gladly type it, but mechanical keyboard makes a lot of noise.
Barbie Wild Style. Nickelodeon's hit game show.
Barbie Explorer?
I think so.
It looks like a Tomb Raider clone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
cool.
what it is.
Pre-owned, it's just $18, but brand new, sealed is $100.
Holy shit.
Okay, I don't need a sealed copy. Don't need a sealed copy of a Barbie game.
I'll just emulate it. Why not?
Whoa.
Yeah, well, when you try to go in for like different marathons, it's not really. Some of them frown upon the use of emulators.
Okay, we're talking specifically about speedrunning. I forgot that little bit.
Yes, I mean, albeit if you go on speedrun.com, it is totally fine if you use an emulator. I try not to. I like to stick with original hardware, even though I use a PlayStation 3 for Lightspeed Rescue.
Yeah.
which that works out totally fine as well.
Yeah. But we should get into the reason for the season, and that's teachers, baby, because today we watched 5-Man, episode 6, I think. I don't know the number, but I think it's 6, entitled, I Hate People Who Work Hard.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I wish I
the
could. I
title.
wish I could say that, but I actually work hard.
But you hate
Sometimes
others.
too hard. No, I don't like people that don't work hard. Not hard
Yeah.
enough.
But when you work harder than everyone else, you're looked upon as the better worker, so you get preferable treatment,
Yeah, that's literally never been my experience.
preferential treatment. Me.
Yes and no. I mean, like since it's like with teachers, that really does depend on districts and all that stuff. But that's a conversation for another day.
And wait a second, teachers, you are one, and that's what the 5-Men are. Have you ever seen 5-Man before? And if not, what'd you think of it?
So I've actually never watched 5-Man, and the only time that I knew of this was thanks to Super Mega Force, as the Supersonic Rangers, which I laugh at that every time now because it's like you only did that because the Yellow Ranger has a musical note on her helmet, and that's the one thing I do like how the uniqueness of the suits. Like you have like the different symbols on there. Didn't recognize black had the Japanese had Japanese on there, but also with the females, they got earrings. You never see that after 5-Man and I want to say Mask Man, you don't really see that after, like, ever again, like with earrings on the helmets.
I don't know. I don't like it. It's kind of creepy to me.
I never noticed until, I knew they were there, but I never clicked and said, oh, those are earrings.
Yeah.
I thought they were like extra things to help them be cool.
I mean,
Nah, like those are
technically,
earrings.
sure.
They trying to define like, hey, I'm the female ranger. That's what they're trying to do. But other than that, I mean,
male rangers can have earrings too, bitch.
that is true. That is true.
I would love if they kept doing that and eventually people would be like, the girl rangers don't have earrings on in Power Rangers.
And then I'll say this: the
You would
only other
love
time,
that.
I would love it just because it's like the skirt things.
Yeah.
oh, that's true because it's like, oh, the Yellow Ranger doesn't have her skirt and she's a female, and it's like, who cares?
Yeah.
What is this? The 1940s?
Well, in the 40s, you wouldn't be allowed to wear a skirt, Nicole. I think it's just dresses. Like skirts, I think.
What era
Maybe the
is Mad
50s?
Men?
The 60s.
Is this the 1960s?
Oh my God. Yeah, exactly, Nicole. I edited out something you said. I'm kidding. I'm leaving it.
No.
Oh. Well, Proto, what were you like in school?
I mean, I definitely think I was a nerd when it came down to being in school. Used to read somebody's staring at me right now that's clearly just saying, yeah, that's totally true. But I was always like an avid reader. Used to read Scooby-Doo books all the time.
Hell
Like the chapter books for Scooby-Doo. And it's like they had like over, I want to say like 30 of them. I actually own every single one.
Ooh.
So very happy about that. Shout out to my mom that got it for me. So that was really nice of her to do that. Read to achieve.
Are you aware of the Scooby-Doo and Batman chapter books that are out now?
Okay, excuse me. There's a Scooby-Doo and a Batman chapter book out?
Yes,
Okay.
and just
so
a regular series. I don't know if they're the same thing.
You know what? I'm going to have to start looking into it. You probably just created a very bad habit now.
Yeah.
If it's not buying Power Ranger or Tokusatsu related stuff, it's going to be that. Because trust me, I actually bought a Kamen Rider like 1000 driver. Now, it didn't cost $1,000. I will say that right now. But it looks nice. I like it. I can't fit it. I need the belt extender, but that's gonna be waiting until Christmas. I'm gonna be like, that's my little gift to myself. But I usually get some stuff from like Taka as well, like different like little keychains or plushies, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I got a problem.
But now you're going to add Scooby-Doo Batman material on top of that.
Of course.
Yes.
You can't go wrong with Scooby-Doo and Batman.
Oh, thank you so much to the WB purchasing and becoming a multimedia conglomerate so we can get crossovers like that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and apparently they're saying that there could be potentially a game where you can have like Scooby and Shaggy and Batman and Scorpion, that kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, we're trying to do like a Super Smash Brothers, but for WB characters.
Why not?
That might be interesting.
I
We might be able to
would-
get Ultra Instincts Shaggy.
Would Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles be in there too?
No, they're
because
Viacom.
they
No.
did a crossover.
Yeah, no,
with
they're
Batman.
Viacom,
Yeah,
and they're
but
also IDW as well.
yeah.
Have you read the IDW comic for it?
Mm-mm.
I need to get back to reading it because I know volume 14 is coming out soon, and I just love the cover art for it. Like, if you have the cover art, that's what's gonna get me. Like, that might be the first thing that might make me want to buy it.
Yes.
'Cause I'm like, oh crap, this looks amazing. Like, volume 1 just has Raphael on there, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And they give you like a little bookmark thing that looks like the headband. And I'm like, oh, now you're starting to get me into this. Like, now you're starting to appeal to me right now.
Here's what would draw me into a new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic. If the cover was Michelangelo and he had like a weed leaf spray painted on his turtle shell, I'd be
Yeah.
like, hell yeah, dude, I'm buying that.
Uh-huh.
And then like Archie is in the background
Uh-huh.
because it's a crossover
Yeah.
with Archie and those fuckers.
Yeah.
Well, there is an Archie comic with 60s Batman. That
Hell
is
yeah.
a real thing.
And
There's a
with the
crossover with
Predator
Yeah.
that.
and
Yeah.
with the Punisher.
Ooh, yeah, you're
Sure.
right.
I
then we
think
got-
I own them.
And then we got the 5-part. You got the 5-part episode coming out next week, or no, this week, and it's gonna bring in Sabrina finally
Whoa.
after what 6 years, and clearly having to wait for the Netflix show to end.
Yeah. It's been
Dude.
6 years.
Even though I never finished it, never finished the Chilling Tales of Sabrina.
We watched
No.
started the second episode and we were like, wait, what is going on? And then we're like, oh, Netflix just gave us the second episode before the first episode.
Yeah.
And then I don't think we started the first.
No, because we started the first one and didn't finish it. And then the next time we were like, let's finally watch this. It was like, oh, you want the second episode now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to get back into Bates Motel.
Why?
I don't know. I want to see them kiss.
Just skip to that episode.
All right.
Or look it up on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah.
Like how I had to see the ending of Final Fantasy VIII because I've been stuck on the final boss for such a long time.
Exactly.
It didn't make sense, the ending.
Cool.
Yeah. Kind of disappointed. It's still a great game, great story, but maybe it's because I didn't see all of it, and then it's like, oh, it's all clicked into my head instead of a child brain that I had who also couldn't read.
Yeah.
And my brother could have been lying about the story the entire time. He could have
Yeah.
just been fuck-alling it and saying like, yeah, Squall and Renoir, that's also how you pronounce her name, James. They're in love and possibly sisters and brothers, but their mother was in love with that dude from the past that you flash back to.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if that's real.
Are we going to talk about this episode?
Yeah.
Because
All right, today.
we've literally only said the title.
Yeah, and then we asked him about his schooling years.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's how we... Yep.
Yabba gabba.
Yep.
Did you know I speak Pig Latin flawlessly,
gosh.
Protosonic?
Did not know that.
Give me a phrase and I'll say it in Pig Latin.
Oh crap. Don't buy Sonic Colors Ultimate. There you go. There's your sentence.
All right, yibba gabba, don't buy Sonic's colors, yibba gabba. That's how you speak Pig Latin.
Yep.
Nice.
There you have it, folks. All of your questions answered
Guys,
from
in-
this episode.
In this episode of 5-Man, the Zone Warriors, the army, they created a mushroom named Eno Killergin, and he's making people not want to work because for some weird reason, they think the only reason America has progressed because they're like so, or not America, the Earth, it has not been. I'm very American centric, guys. I say America thinking the United States is the only America.
Yeah, you fuck.
Yeah. So they're like, the only reason the Earth has progressed because they're not intelligent whatsoever is because they do menial labor. 5-man.
And we're gonna fuck it up.
Ooh. Okay, here's the thing with this army. Just kill humans. And if you keep killing humans eventually, there won't be enough to fight back. You don't need to go through all these like weird things to be like, hey, let's try and kill them with making them drink a bunch. Let's kill them by them not working and then they won't have food to eat. No, just like explode a building.
Maybe
That's too easy.
don't have that technology.
They do. They have
They
flyers.
do because they say it's like, oh, like we're technologically advanced compared to Earth.
Well,
So-
maybe they've done that before and it turned out badly.
This is turning out terribly for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, because like my thinking is like, and this is just me saying this, like, thinking about how you have, oh yeah, you stop like the humans aren't working anymore. So that means stuff is gonna slow down, and it's like, oh, that's kind of like how it is right now in 2021. Even though some people, it's not like they don't want to work because like I don't feel like it. This one is like, yeah, pandemic. That's why. Yeah, we can kind of see that. Yeah, if people don't work, there's not a lot of things that can happen.
Yeah.
Like food won't, like, you won't get your food or, supply chain issues. I like how they had the teachers like, I don't feel like teaching. It's like, some people, I thought that was kind of funny. It's like, yeah, that would never work out in this day and age to be like, I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
It's like that episode of SpongeBob where he's like, I need you to make Krabby Patties. Yeah, I don't feel like it.
I wrote that this is what our parents see, not realizing that there's an outside force causing it to happen. Like, it's not just people, like, not wanting to do shit.
What everyone is saying, like they have this, I mean, everyone by my two hosts right now. I'm now the guest.
Okay,
Zone should have created COVID-19.
sure.
And then, like, people, one would stop, not want to work anymore, but also, like, it would kill people, thin the herd.
Sure.
But we would need to find
I
a
said-
disease that would kill the smart people, like the people who believe in science.
Like, they missed a big opportunity. Like, they could have upped the stakes with this so much by, like, they could have had two things they could have added. One is that, like, the mushrooms, it's not dependent on just the monster. It's like mushrooms, like, spray seeds. It could be like that.
Like, yeah,
once
the
you have
spores.
a mushroom, like, the people around you also are
Yeah,
infected.
like
by
a
it.
zombie type shit.
So it's sapping their energy. They should, like, harvest that energy to put into, like, some weapon or something.
Ding dang Sailor Moon logic.
Like,
No.
way upping the stakes, making this more
Well, they could have
entertaining.
also, yeah, but they could have also just, went across to other parts of the Earth. It seems like they always just stay in Japan. It's like, there's other parts, like Australia. Well, no, maybe they should stay away from Australia, but, the U.S., Canada, and all those other places, with the exception of Australia, because Australia has its own set of problems.
Their budget, though. Their budget.
Australia will fuck them up. They'll be like, yeah, we're going to land down in Australia. And they're like, hey, a drop bear will kill you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You'll be walking through the forest, a drop bear, just a scorpion and a snake. You think like, hey, those three walk into a bar. No, they're walking in front of your path and they will mutilate you.
Exactly.
And then we'll piss on you because we're Australian. We're badass. Is that why you were saying like Australia would?
Yeah, I mean, because Australia is like one of those places where you're like, yeah, I don't want to go there anymore. It's really nice, but then, you got the giant spiders, and it's like, man, they are big. And then, of course, you got kangaroos that will like actually sit in water just to drown somebody. And it's like, whoa, like that's scary.
Hell yeah.
There's too many things in Australia that will take you out instantly.
I want to kiss a kangaroo. It'll happen one day.
Socks
you need
is a
to, You need to
kangaroo.
stop him before he gets himself hurt.
Well, I'll just sedate the kangaroo.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, and then run away as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Because they're always jumping around, they have hyper circulation. They circulate tranquilizers out of them real quick. So if you guys are planning on taking down a kangaroo, whatever you need to do with them, do it quick.
Like, give them a kiss.
Yeah. Give them a kiss, take a photo with them that you're inside their pouch.
And don't get choked out.
Yeah, don't. Become its baby, though. That might solve all your problems. Thoughts, Nicole?
What?
Becoming a kangaroo's baby.
Sure.
Every
I was
problem
reading
you
my
have-
notes to go back to
All right.
the episode that
All
we're
right.
here for.
It's not
I
my
was gonna
fault
say the
we're on
same thing.
kangaroos. We were on Australia because of Proto, and I think Nicole brought up the kangaroos.
They say that like the mushroom roots just like grow into you, and I was like, that's terrifying.
Disgusting.
Also, I was like, so is this just depression?
That's also probably why you can't pull them out, because it would you would start bleeding.
Also,
Yeah, it would kill them instantly.
it like shrinking down into a little mushroom is so fucking cute.
Except, so it's like, I hate hard work. It shrinks down into a normal mushroom, then floats into the bed of a truck. Then
Like it's being sneaky.
yes, and then it just sees the man and then unshrinks.
Yeah,
and then
immediately.
says, I'm gonna get you. It would be like if you're playing Metal Gear Solid and you're sneaking around and then you throw the box off and then just put a landmine on someone and it explodes. It's like you just negated all of the sneaking you did.
Yes. But
But
it's
I like
cute,
the idea,
though.
like pretty incognito when it comes down to just being a mushroom around other food. It's like, oh, nobody's not going to expect that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely ruined it. It was like, hey, I'm here. I hate hard work. Bores.
The monster design is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
I forgot to mention, that's why I chose 5-Man to watch. I was like, wow, the monster design in this is badass in the encyclopedia of monster design that we
Yeah.
have. And I was like, oh, I'm going to try this one out. And I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
Also, this show is very Remy focused. When I make up before we do a series, I will, in a spreadsheet, put all the episodes and like say whose episode that is. And Remy has so many. And I like it. I enjoy her. I'm glad it's not super red focused like most series are.
Yeah, I kind of noticed that as well. I'm like, you really don't see much of Red. And I know you gave me the list of the names. I'm just going to call him Red for right now. I'm like, you don't really see that much of Red. It's just like, oh, hey, he's just telling like, okay, where's Remy? Or, oh, like we need to figure out a plan, or, that kind of stuff.
But it's like other Sentai where like each episode is focused on one of them. But because she's a twin, there are like twin focused episodes. So she has a lot.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of Famuya episodes. Whereas he's the other twin. Twin?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Well, I'm just saying. But there's this kid who she's helping out because the dad got a mushroom. He doesn't want to work anymore. But this kid's like, I need to do this. I still need to keep working hard, even though my dad isn't. We have important customers to still tend to. And this child loves two things. One, as I already mentioned, working hard. And two, wearing jean. Because he is jean
Denim.
jacket, jean shorts,
Yeah.
jorts.
Yeah.
He's loving it.
Yeah.
Far too short. He's practically in like biker shorts made out of jean.
Sure.
Like that little boy in Ringu, which we'll talk about next week.
Why?
Guest is very
Okay.
embedded into the horror community.
Okay.
A legend, if you will. People are like, oh my God, they're going to get on. Think of any person in horror, James. Eli Roth? No, we're not getting on Eli Roth, guys.
Uh-huh.
Do you want Eli Roth on?
I don't know who that is.
He did Cabin Fever and
Never seen it.
fuck, he's like really big recently. What has Eli Roth done, Protosonic?
I have no idea. I don't even know who Eli Roth is.
Oh my God. Hold on, guys. Hold on.
I don't watch horror, but as James is looking that up,
Yeah.
I would definitely say with the kid, I forgot his name, but I give him props for still trying to work hard and everything. But it's like he's putting all these like vegetables and produce on his bike, and I'm like, a kid, you're gonna tip over as soon as you try to start riding. And what happened? Like
Yeah.
30 seconds later, he tips over. And
Way
it's
too
like,
heavy.
yeah, it's way too heavy. Like, yeah, I can see why you have two on the front, but then you take the big wooden carton of vegetables and leeks and all that stuff and put it on the back. That's not balancing out. You're going down. Like, you're gonna have a really bad time, kid. And it's like, oh, he got injured. It's like, dude, that's just a cut on the leg. You're gonna be fine. You put some get some peroxide or some Neosporin, put a Band-Aid on it, and keep moving.
Yeah, it's like,
And
kid, learn how to drive.
Yes, well, that hopefully that kid's not an Uber driver at this point. That would be very bad.
Okay, the Hostel series is the first two is him.
I don't like those.
And then the Green Inferno.
Don't know what that is.
And other stuff as well. But I'm looking at his filmography. He's Borderlands. He's making a movie based on that.
Okay.
That'll be good.
Are you sure? Because remember, we still got this Uncharted movie coming out. And
Resident Evil.
I think that's going to be good. Tom Holland. So, and of course, you got Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, Mark Wahlberg in there.
Oh, man, if he heard you say that, he'd punch you so hard.
I know. I think he made a book called Don't Call Me Marky Mark. It was like, nah, like I know you from that first and foremost.
And all the pages are just pictures of him holding a gun.
Oh, God.
Well, let's get to another note. What's up?
But no, I'll say back to the show a little bit. You know, like we kind of see how, you know, this mushroom is really causing a lot of havoc. It's like there's no destruction. It's just, oh, people are just being lazy. And it's like to the point where you have the cops just like let the thief go. Like, oh, I'm gonna borrow the bike. Okay, no problem. See you later. Let's eat lunch.
There's also a quote from the firemen putting out fires, and then they stop.
Hilarious.
Because they say this is a direct quote. Fires aren't meant to be put out. They're meant to be watched.
Yeah.
Well, a mother is just like, please help. That's my home.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's not gonna lie. That's partially true. I mean, like, you hate to see it happen, but you know, some people just look at the fires just to look at the fires, which is terrible.
I want to just see the world burn. You want to know how I got these scarves? Burns. My father burned these scars into me with your father will be so upset with you, James, welding torch. What's the other name for a welding torch?
A regular torch.
Okay, all right. It's, you know, maybe that's what it is. Like it's a big
soldering.
But it's the big one.
Are you thinking of a soldering iron?
No, like it's
That's not
industrial. You do divots into things. Hold the front door, guys. Talk about another note while I look up another thing.
A divot gun. A phoenix bird.
Phoenix Force, X-Men.
Jean Grey as the Phoenix.
Pretty
That's
decent character.
What it's called, right?
Just hated every movie that they had with the Dark Phoenix.
The Phoenix Saga isn't even good.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, I like
my
it.
boss was like, "Oh, you have to read it. It's so good." And I read it and I was like, "This is fucking boring."
I mean, I think it's pretty decent. I mean, albeit it's like, oh yeah, like, ooh, she like destroyed an entire race of people.
Also, she's terrible. Like, yeah,
Well,
she
so is-
murdered all of these people, but then what is it? She like gets put on trial, and then
Yes.
everyone's like defending her, and I'm like, guys, what?
But then she leaves or she dies, you know, air quoting, and Scott becomes like, oh, I'm depressed and everything. Scott is worse than Jean. Let's all be honest. He's not a Boy Scout. He's actually a terrible person. I mean, what? I think during that time frame, he also married Emma Frost.
I have no
Had a
idea.
kid, and then I'm trying to remember, but which I know some people might comment later on saying like, oh, he got this completely wrong. I don't know. I'm trying to remember, you know, going off of just memory, you know, with the whole marrying Emma Frost, having a kid, Jean comes back, and he just says, forget them. I'm going back to Jean. Like, no.
Yeah, that's really fucked up.
Well, that and when they did the whole Inhumans versus X-Men thing is like, I can see what Scott was thinking, However, it's like you're willing to kill off one race of people to save your own. And it's like, either way, is both of them are terrible.
Yeah.
But he was like, I'm willing to do this for the cause.
Guys, it's just called a welding gun.
Yeah.
It's a gun, you put on that welder's
Yeah,
mask.
that's what I said, right?
And then it's kind of like a caulk gun or a glue gun.
Yeah.
But instead, it's like extremely hot pieces of metal that you weld things together with.
Yeah.
My father did that.
Sure.
He'd say, don't look directly into this. And I'd be like, Dad, it looks fucking cool. I'm looking directly into these sparks that you're flying. And then he'd be like, you need to put on this mask. I was like, okay, thank you, because I really want to see this.
Yeah, why wouldn't he just...
What he should be saying is like, hey, when you come to my workshop, please wear pants, never wear shorts, because the people would be welding. And I'd be like, the little sparkies are on my little boy legs, Dad.
Yeah, you dingus.
Yeah, he's the dingus. I was a child. I didn't know to think ahead.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully you weren't wearing jean shorts or the Jordans.
No, I was not into jeans ever. They're too constricting. I say down with jeans, up with khaki. Feeling yucky for khaki.
No.
I'm so excited I puke.
Okay.
Oh, so they see Remy the Zone and they're like, God, you are an eyesore, which I think you should start saying instead of pain in the ass, start calling people ass sores. Oh, you're such an ass sore to me. Right? That's a good turn of phrase.
Why is that one Zone character always stroking their sword?
Yeah, so I also had this down. He's like cleaning his sword. Well, I think that's what you just do when you're a swordsman. You got to polish it.
Is it?
But he's using like a microfiber, like how I clean my glasses.
Yeah.
Does that work?
I don't
I guess
do
just
I
to
look like a
clean.
swordsman?
Yeah, dude. You're slender. You got you're constantly running around with long sticks of metal. That's a sword.
Sticks of metal.
Yeah, that's what a sword is, a stick of metal. Serrated into a fine blade.
Okay.
And then you swip people with it like you would with a sword,
Yeah.
with a stick.
Yeah, but that doesn't sharpen it. Just makes it look shinier. Who wants a shiny sword if it's not really being used? You gotta sharpen it.
But it's for
Get
show.
one of those get one of those sharp knives things that you see on the assy on TV things where you could just like whoop, go back and forth.
I'm pretty sure, much like Marky Mark, if you did that to Billion's sword, he would punch you.
He would stab you.
He wouldn't be able to. He'd stab you with a now dulled sword because I
Yeah.
don't think those things work in a sword.
Yeah.
How big does a knife have to be to then become a sword? Do I look like a swordsman?
These are all great questions.
You tell
and
me.
God
We're about
damn
to slowly
it.
research more.
God damn it, guys. Why
Tell
don't
me,
you know these
Brainiac.
things? How long does a knife...
Need to be considered a sword.
Knives are generally 6 inches or less, while a sword's length usually measures 1 foot or more. So a foot.
So size matters.
Yeah. Yo, I call my dick a sword.
I mean, yeah,
I'm
because
kidding.
smaller
It's a
than
knife.
that, it's a dagger.
Okay. I don't have a dagger, Dick. I have
No
a
one
knife.
asked.
Oh my God! Now people are gonna be like, James
This is
was.
my new catchphrase. No one asked.
Now everyone's gonna say James was talking about stabbing her with his dick.
Yeah.
God damn it! Why can't I have a tiny peen or just too long of a peen?
Yeah.
Because then I'd be slashing you with love.
Okay.
That could also mean I'm peeing on you.
Okay. How?
I gotta go have a slash. That's terminology in
No.
like UK and stuff for
You made
taking a
that
piss.
up.
Don't make me angry.
It's your own fault for making shit up all the time.
It's not, but that's a slash, right, Proto? You've heard that. People like, hey, I gotta go have a slash.
No, I've
Okay,
never heard
hold
that before.
on.
I'm
Now
sorry.
I gotta
can't help
look
you out with that one.
Something.
Unless it's on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah, because Protosonic lives in the UK, so they would know.
Yes, on collinsdictionary.com. So it's not even on, it's on a real dictionary. Slash is slang for taking a slash.
Whatever you say.
You want to have a slash? You know, you got a pee-pee.
Okay. We're definitely delving into a different topic here.
Yeah, in a month, we'll be talking a lot about piss.
Pissmas.
Guys, get ready for Pissmas. It's going to be great. We're going to have a pee mic. The toilet
we're not.
will have a microphone
No,
on
we're
it.
not.
So people can hear me piss. Except I think we should turn it. I think,
Just get a pee sound effect and just play that.
no. It's got to be of our loins.
No.
Yes. I mean, like, maybe you, because, like, the pervs out there would be like, oh, I'm loving hearing Nicole pee.
I do not consent to this.
All right, okay. Too bad. How much can I buy your approval for this?
None.
Dang
You
it.
cannot.
All right. Proto, are you fine if people just hear the audio of you peeing?
No.
Okay, all right.
That sounds kind of weird to me. I'm like, nope.
All right.
That ain't happening.
Fine.
I mean, I appreciate the offer.
My last note is I gotta learn Japanese so I can fall asleep to shows like this and like The Ring.
To fall asleep to the ring.
Yeah, because The Ring isn't really like it isn't scary.
You don't think you would get nightmares from it.
I think the third one I wouldn't, because there's really only one scary part of that, and it's a jump scare.
When she gets beat to death by her friends.
There is that too. Those are not her friends. Those are fellow stagemen,
Acquaintances.
colleagues, if you will, people who happen to be performing the same play as her.
Yeah.
Fellow thespians.
Yeah.
I'm the mad thespian.
Yeah.
That's probably the coolest Sam and Max villain.
Yeah.
The mad thespian.
Uh-huh.
I'm the mad rapper that 80s rappers would talk about. And Ludacris?
Because you're pissed?
No, because oh, you guys are more famous than me. I should be where you guys are.
Wait, okay, so going back to earlier,
To having a slash.
do people in the UK think that the musician Slash his name is just P?
Yeah. Also,
Peeing.
they think piss porn is like what Freddy versus Jason is, because it's a slasher.
Oh, I thought it was going to be that they're drunk.
No,
Because, like, when you're pissed in the
Oh,
UK,
no.
you're drunk.
no, pissy drunk. I thought was like an American term.
No.
Okay, because there was an Elbow song about being like pissy drunk.
Uh-huh.
My clique should be canceled. Freaks and geeks. That's also I think Childish Gambino says I'm pissy drunk.
I don't know.
I think.
Don't fucking Google it.
To any UK listeners, definitely let them know.
Please
Let me know as well, so I can just relay the information and be like, well, you got your answer.
Guys, we have one more thing to ask Proto. Like the Five Men, they know how to teach, and they teach subjects, and they use those subjects against the zone. You know, like I have musical notes that can blare into someone and harm them. If you were to be a teacher, wink, wink, what subject would you teach, and how would you use that subject in a Super Sentai way to defeat the zone?
Well, I mean, for me, I usually do like math or science. So, like, if it's math, maybe like I could do something with like slope or, you know, with equations, and just have them like basically like make like an arrow, like shoot an arrow and it creates like a really steep slope, puts them all the way up in the air, kaboom. That's my thinking.
Like Soul Eater.
What?
Yes.
Vector or whatever. I can't remember what her power was.
Oh, I know that one. I know that
Yeah,
character.
I thought you meant like Demon Souls at first. I was like, I don't understand. They have that in that game?
No.
Or kind of like that Kirby game that was for Wii U that you would like draw on the gamepad and it would make him go up. It like the rainbow course, something
Sure.
like that.
Yeah, I know what he's talking about. I was about to say Woolly World, but I'm like, no, that's Yoshi.
Yoshi.
It's clearly a totally different game. But I would say that would be kind of like my special ability. That or having something with coffee. Like kind of give myself like some amplified abilities. Just be like move faster, move stronger with a sip of coffee.
That's actually good. You're incorporating the elements of the teacher's lounge into like, hey, we're all going to drink coffee, and like that makes us stronger.
Yes.
Hell yeah. That's why we needed a teacher on to get these extra elements. Hell yeah.
I mean, and I'll definitely say this. I like I couldn't get used to some of their weapons because I'm like, okay, I can see why the music one has a flute, the PE one has like some kind of like knuckle gauntlet thing,
Yeah.
from my understanding. But with like the other ones, I'm like, what are these weapons? They don't make sense other than Red having a sword because of course Red has to have a sword that we know now has to be 12 inches or longer.
Yeah. Hey guys, if you got that sword dick out there, let us know at msspod.com. You can post penises on Twitter, so if you're comfortable with doing that.
Nicole's like, don't open that door. Don't do that.
However, if you do this, you have to have a sword next to your penis for comparison's sake. Bladed side, aimed away, unless it's a double-edged sword, then I don't know what you're going to do. Be careful, I guess. We are not responsible for any sliced deedles. Thank you so much, Proto, for coming on our show. This show that happens to be a proud podcast partner with the Tokusatsu Network.
Yeah.
Like, it's no problem. Once again, I love being on here.
Yes.
When you guys have me, on here with different Toku episodes, it's really nice.
Hell yeah.
Definitely breaks up the monotony of stuff. And once again, definitely it allows me to just look at different Toku series that I haven't even looked at or didn't even know of. Like, I knew of Five Man, but I never watched it. And once again, I do like the concept of using knowledge to basically save the world. Like, it's very I like how they did that. Like the whole idea of family with it, like that. I like that. It's like, oh, we're a family. We got to work together. And it's like, okay, literally, they are family. It's not like this is not like no Fast and Furious kind of family. Like, no, we are blood related.
See, I like it not when they use knowledge, but like when they use dinosaurs to fight evil. Maybe a car. Maybe the concept of time. I'm kidding. Family is what is love. All right.
Yeah.
But Proto, what you got to plug?
So of course we got that other Toku podcast whenever we do an episode, by which I still have to edit episode 43. Basically we're talking about other Toku series, like talking about Toku news and all that stuff. No, we are not going to finish Garo. We're not finishing Vanishing Line. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I enjoyed parts of it, but then just the visuals, constantly being blurry, gave me a headache, and I'm like, no, I can't deal with this for 23 more episodes.
Is this the anime?
Yeah, that was the anime one. So once again, another series we did not finish. Maybe one day we'll get to it, but more likely we're just going to drop this one as well. I'm really trying to push forward with maybe looking at Tomika Hero Rescue Force, which definitely is interesting because it's all about safety. With earthquakes and paramedics and fire and all that stuff. It actually looks really nice. I watched a couple episodes last night. We're just talking about Toku news and everything. Hopefully we can get more guests on. It's been a little bit more sporadic just because of personal stuff. But hopefully by next season, we'll be more consistent. And I think definitely for the last episode of this season, we got to get you guys back on for Kamen Rider J.
Yeah.
So we can actually finish that. Because we already did 2 out of the 3 movies. We got to get to that third one.
Yeah.
And of course, as well, I'm on Twitter at proto_sonic720. And on Twitch, proto_sonic. Playing Sonic Colors Ultimate. I'm enjoying it. Don't buy the Switch version of it. Too much load-in. And it's kind of weird because it was originally on the Wii. And you still got all this load-in time and everything. But they did patch out some of the stuff that could cause seizures. So I'm happy about that. So no more seizures for anybody. And that is either that, Fortnite, or getting back into speed running at some point. So we'll see what happens with that.
They slapped the Fourth Amendment down on that game. I think that's the one with seizuring properties and assets. Nicole, what you got to plug?
Couple things. We still have a P.O. box, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the address is.
It's in the description of this.
But yeah, we got one. So that's a thing.
Send
guys.
me Yogi Bear. Anything Yogi Bear related, I will take it. I'm amassing a collection.
Also, if you need someone to edit or mix or master any type of audio, hit up James.
Hi, guys. Thank you, Nicole, for plugging that. That was also
What's your email?
marshlandmonster@yahoo.com, or just hit me up at MSSPod on Twitter.
And then my stuff is at Darling Homebody on social media. Go to darlinghomebody.com to get creepy, cute stuff that I make. Recently just making more bat keychains, so check those out. And patreon.com/darlinghomebody for a monthly sticker and magnet. This month, sign up before December 1st to get a loaf cat design.
Hell yeah.
I love Loaf Cat.
Hey guys, go over to mlmpod.com to find out information about the other podcasts that I do. Currently, Shuffling the Deck. That's the one I'm going to plug. It's Sean Marciniak and I. We're going through every single ICP album and EP to create the definitive introductory ICP playlist, baby. It's fun. It's also a professional wrestling podcast because Sean only knew ICP through professional wrestling because they are professional wrestlers as well. So check that out. It's wherever you're listening to this. You can also listen to that. Ooh, baby, it's a real fun show. We're about to record the Amazing Jekyll Brothers show, and it's going to be the most juggalo I will ever be on a recording. Then go over to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/MLMpod, where you can find things like Talking About Beyblade, Engage with Nicolas Cage, This Existed, and the Toku Reading Corner. That's $5 a month. You get that every single Friday. You get new shit, and you'll be like, oh my God. And right now, if you sign up, you have, I think, like 50 plus episodes of stuff to listen to. So check it out. It supports us immensely. Seeing that number tick up, oh baby, I love seeing it. Patreon.com/MLMpod. And if you're a $10 patron, you get extra streams and watch-alongs, plus shout-outs. Every single free feed of a podcast I do, I will shout you out. Starting with Steve F., Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour, Alex Z. The Waz, Orion, he's a rapper, Defo, D-F-O, Kayla, aka Two Grapes, Tyler Wright, he's our friend, Elliot W., who is at Garlic Sunshine. Check him out. Fantastic artwork. Please, at Garlic Sunshine, give him a follow. Tell him we sent you fuckers. Jordan B., the Chaos Witch, our only fan who listens and watches to horror stuff. Oh my God, the rest of them are too scared. And Nicole's brother, Joshua. Joshua, stop talking to your dead grandfather. Joshua, there's no goblins here. Joshua. We watched Troll 2 again recently, so that was in my mind. And I've been James.
I've been Nicole.
And I'm Protosonic.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Sentai. Bye-bye.
P.
This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCollum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Oh, yeah.